Hello everyone, myself Shivangi Desai. I am your instructor for the video series of Python for data science. Today we are going to discuss about conditioning our data. So let's start today's lecture. In this lecture we are going to cover about slicing of data, dicing of data and filtering data. Now what is slicing and dicing of data? Well, rather than accessing the entire block of data, when we segment our data based on the condition on a single dimension, it is called slicing of the data. And when we perform segmentation on more than one dimensions, then it is called dicing of data. And at last, we are going to discuss about filtering the data, in which based on some condition, we are going to filter out our data. So let's discuss all of this in practical session. In pandas, LOC and ILOC are the method which are used to select particular rows and columns by label or by a boolean array. So this LOC and ILOC method will help us to slice or dice our data. So let's start with LOC method. Well, LOC is a label based method, which means that we have to specify the name of the rows as well as columns of the rows that we want to filter out. So the syntax of LOC method is data frame object dot LOC, and in square bracket we are supposed to pass the rows and columns that we want to select in the result. So in LOC method we have to make sure that we pass the value of labels for rows and columns. So let's see how we can use this method. Here first I have imported pandas, import pandas as pd, and have read this file csv_2 inside my df object. So df is my data frame object which contains the data that is stored under this csv_2.csv file. So let's first print what this data frame contains. So as you can see, it contains 14 rows and 9 columns. So this is the whole content of our data frame object df. So let's check out how can we apply this LOC method on this data. If I want to retrieve all the rows of specific column, then in the first argument I have to pass only the columns. Now remember this point, I have to pass only the columns, and then in the second argument I am supposed to pass the name of my column. So as I want to print only the name of the company, I am passing the column name, that is company_name. So let's run this code. So here you can see that all the 14 records are returned, but all the records contain only the company name, as I have specified the company name in the column parameter, but keep the row parameter empty using this column. So it has fetched all the rows, right? Now if I want to specify more than one columns, if I want to fetch the data from more than one column, or we can say multiple columns, then we have to pass the list of the column names that we want to print the data. So here also I am printing all the rows, but from the column company name and city. So let's run this code. So as you can see, it returns all the 14 records, but from the column company name and city. Now let's see how we can fetch particular rows only. So here I want to fetch a range of rows from all the columns. So here I have passed the range that is starting from 0 to 5, and I am not specifying any column name. So let's run this code. So you can see that it returns all the columns but data from the particular rows only, that is 0 to 5. So out of 14 records, it has fetched only 6 records, that is starting from 0 to 5. So to do so, we are supposed to pass only the value for rows in .loc method. Now if I want to fetch a range of rows from specific columns, then we are supposed to pass both the values in LOC method. That is in df.loc we are supposed to pass the values for rows as well as columns. As I want to print a range of rows, let's pass this range. So I want to fetch first 6 records. So I am passing 0 to 5. But from the column company name and city only. So I am passing the list of column names that I want to fetch the data from. So let's run this code. As you can see here, out of all the 14 records, it returned me 0 to 5 records from the company name and city only, because we have mentioned this name inside this column parameter. Now if I want to fetch specific rows and specific columns only, I don't want to fetch a range of rows, but I want to fetch specific rows. Say for example, I want to fetch 1, 2 and 5 number of rows from the column company name and city only. In that case, we are supposed to pass these values for row and column inside the list. So in df.loc method, I am passing first parameter as the list of the rows and second parameter is the list of my columns. So it will return me the records in which there is only 3 rows, that is 1, 2 and 5, which I have specified in the list, and column company name and city only, which I have specified in the column list. Right. Now if I want to fetch the data based on some condition, I want to fetch the rows based on some condition, then also I can do that using the LOC method. So here I am using this df.loc method to specify some condition. In my data frame, I have a column named city. So I want to fetch the data for the city value temp only. I want to fetch all those records in which the value of city is temp. So what I have done, I have passed this constraint inside my df.loc method. In this method, I am supposed to write my column name on which I want to give the condition, that is df.city, and then I will pass the value for the constraint. So let's run this code. So as you can see here, it returns me all the records, but all these records has the city value temp only. So here we have segmented our data based on the condition on a single dimension, right? That's why this is called slicing of data. Now, if you want to give more than one condition, say for example, I want the data in which the value of city is temp as well as the category is web only, then also I can perform this inside this df.loc method. So in this df.loc method, in bracket, I have to pass my first condition. Then using this ampersand, I can also provide the next condition. So what it does, it will match the records with this condition, and all those records that satisfy this condition in which the value of city is temp and value of category is web will be returned as a result. So let's run this code. So as you can see, I am getting 3 records in which the value of city is temp and value of category is web. Now, based on this condition, I can also filter out the columns. I don't want the data from all the columns, but I want the data from the specific column only based on the condition. Then we have to pass this condition inside the df.loc method, where I am passing this condition df.city equals to temp. So it will return all the data which has the value of city is equal to temp. But out of all this data, I just want to print company name, category and city. So I am passing the list of this column name inside my df.loc method. So let's run this code. So as you can see, I got 5 records in which the value of city is temp, and it returned me only 3 columns, that is company name, category and city. So this is all about LOC method. Next is ILOC method. ILOC is integer index based method. So in this method, we are supposed to pass the rows and column by their integer index only, which means in the syntax it is dataframe.iloc. In bracket we are supposed to pass rows and columns. So these rows and columns should be the integer index only. So let's understand how we can use this ILOC method to perform slicing and dicing. So here first, I want to retrieve a range of rows only. Rather than retrieving all the data, I want to retrieve a range of rows only. So the first parameter, that is row, we have to set the index value of the rows that we want to fetch. So say for example, I want to fetch the rows 1 to 7. I have to pass 1 to 8. Why? Because 1 is the starting point from which I want to start retrieving my rows, and 8 is my ending point. So let's run this code. So here you can see, for 1 column 8, it will return 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 rows only. The 8th row will not be added in the result because 8 is our ending point. It will not be included inside our result. We can pass any other range that we want to retrieve. Say for example, I want to retrieve rows 5 to 11. So when I pass 5 to 11, it will return 5 to 10 because 11 is our ending point. Now, if I want to retrieve all the rows but from the specific column only, then I have to keep this first parameter empty which specify the range of rows. So here I will keep this columns only. That means we want to retrieve all the rows. And in the second parameter, we are supposed to pass the list of column that we want to retrieve. Now you need to focus here that in the list of columns, I am passing the index value of that column. So let's run this code. As you can see, it will return only a single column which is placed at the index value 1. Okay, so index 1 is of the column company name. So it returns all the records for the column company name. Now, if you want to retrieve a range of rows from multiple columns, then we have to pass both the parameters in our ILOC method. So here I am passing a range 0 to 5 for the rows and 1, 2 and 4 for my columns. So 1, 2 and 4 are the list of columns that I want to fetch the data from. So let's run this code. So as you can see here, it retrieves 0 to 4 rows from the column company name, category and state. As the index value of company name is 1, category 2 and state is 4. So again you need to notice here that for the range 0 to 5 it returns 0 to 4 because 5 is our ending range. Now, if you want to retrieve a range of rows and a range of columns, then also you can do that in ILOC method. So here I am specifying a range 0 to 5 for rows and 1 to 4 for columns inside my df.iloc method. So what it will do? It will return me 0 to 4 rows and 1 to 3 columns. So the result is here, which shows 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4 number of rows for the column 1, 2 and 3, which is company name, category and city. So you need to remember this when you pass this ending point, it will not be included in our result, whether it's in rows or in column. Next, if we want to retrieve specific rows and specific columns, then also we can do that using this df.iloc method. In this case, we have to give the list of rows that we want to retrieve in the row section and a list of columns in the column field. So I am specifying the rows 0, 2, 3 and 5 and column 1 and 3. These are the two separate lists which represent the number of rows and number of columns that we want to retrieve. So let's run this code. So in result you can notice that it returns me the rows 0, 2, 3 and 5. Why? Because I have specified this inside this list. And column company name and city which has the index 1 and 3 which I have specified in df.iloc method. So in this way you can segment your data and retrieve the particular data that you want to display using LOC and ILOC method. Now next we are going to discuss how we can perform filtering on our data. So in Pandas there is a query method which is used to filter out our data from the data frame. So the syntax of this query method is dataframe.query in which we have three parameters, that is expression, in place and kwargs. Now expression is the string from which we are going to filter our data, and in place is used to make our changes permanent in our data frame. kwargs is the other keyword arguments. The return type of this method is filtered data frame. Now while using this query method of Pandas, we have to make sure that whatever column we are going to use inside this query method should not contain any empty space, or we can say white space, right? Otherwise it will generate an error. So let's understand how we can perform this filtering using query method. So here first I am just reading my CSV file, that is csv_3.csv. So let's check what are the data are stored inside our data frame. Here you can see I have total of 6 columns and 14 records, that is 14 different rows. So let's perform filtering on this data. So first we need to import our pandas library, that is import pandas as PD. Then I'm loading my data frame object df using pd.read_csv function, in which I'm loading the data from csv_3.csv file. So all the data that is stored inside this file is now loaded inside my data frame object, that is df. Now I have to make sure that none of the column in this data frame contains white space in their name. So to replace this white space, I am using this for loop, in which I am considering this df.column method. Now this will return the list of all the column names that is stored inside my data frame object. So what we are doing, we are replacing this white space with underscore, and for that we are going to use this for loop, that is for column in df.columns, column dot replace white space with underscore, and I'm storing the result inside df.columns. So when I print the value of this df.columns, you can check that all the columns that previously has this white space is now replaced with underscore. So in the result of previous code, you can see my funded date and raised amount. These are the two column names which contains the white space between them, right? So we'll see in the result of this code that whether it is replaced or not. Now, to filter out the data, we are supposed to use the query method, that is df.query, in which we are going to pass the condition based on which we want to filter out the data. Say for example, in this code I want to filter our data based on the value of the city. I want all the data that has the value of city as temp. So I am passing this condition in the first place, and the second argument is InPlace is equal to true, which means all these changes will be reflected in your data frame object. So let's run this code. So now you can see this, that my funded date and raised amount column name contains underscore in place of white space. In the previous code, this raised amount and funded date has this white space, which is replaced with the underscore using this line of code. Also, my result contains all the record whose city value is temp, because that's what we have passed in this query. You can check this, that I am printing the data from my data frame, which means all these changes are applied inside my data frame. If I set this in place is equal to false and run the same code, it will return all the records. Why? Because these changes are not reflected in my data frame, and here I am printing the value of my data frame. So it will contain all the original records, which is the content from my csv_3 file, right? It won't contain any changes that is applied using this query method. Why? Because we have set in place is equal to false. Now if I set this in place is equal to true, then only all these changes will be reflected inside my data frame, and when I print this data frame value, it will show all the records based on the query method, which is all the records contains the city value is equal to 10. Now if we want to give more than one condition to filter out our data, we can do that using the logical AND. So here first I am importing our pandas library and reading the data of csv_3 file inside our df object. Also I am replacing all the column name which contains white space with the underscore using my for loop. Now inside my query I am setting conditions based on which I want to filter out our data. So in this case I want to give two conditions, that is city's value is temp as well as the raise amount should be equal to 25 lakhs. Also I am keeping this in place is equal to true, so that all these changes made by this query method will be reflected inside our data frame object. So when I print this data frame object, I will get all the updated records, or we can say all the filtered data. So now in the result you can check this, that value of city is temp and value of raised amount is 25 lakhs. So using this query method, we can filter out our data as we want. So in today's lecture, we discuss how we can perform slicing and dicing, as well as we have also seen how we can use this query method to filter out our data. So that's it about this lecture. Thank you.